You spent real money on that sports bra. You bought the leggings that promise support and coverage, and you still spent the whole workout pulling, adjusting, and overheating. These are the 7 worst sportswear mistakes women make after 45, and every single one of them is fixable. The problem was never your body. It was a product that was never built for you in the first place. Mistake 7. Buying fabric that traps heat. Here's what most activewear brands won't put in the ad. The leggings that feel fine in the dressing room become a heat prison after 12 minutes of movement. That's not your problem. That's a fabric problem. Moisture management in activewear comes down to 2 things: fiber construction and GSM weight. GSM stands for grams per square meter. It tells you how dense the fabric is. Most budget leggings sit between 200 and 230 grams per square meter. That sounds reasonable. But fiber construction matters just as much as weight. A tightly woven 220 grams per square meter fabric in a polyester-spandex blend with no moisture-wicking treatment traps sweat against your skin instead of pulling it away. You feel it within minutes. That sticky, overheated feeling is not sweat. It's the fabric not doing its job. Specialists who work with performance textiles put it plainly. A fabric that can't wick and breathe simultaneously is not a performance fabric. It's a fashion fabric wearing a performance label. For women over 45, this matters more. Hormonal shifts, including those connected to perimenopause and menopause, mean your body's thermoregulation is already working harder. A fabric that adds heat load on top of that is not a neutral choice. It's actively working against you. The fix is specific. Look for fabrics with a mechanical, moisture-wicking construction that means the fiber itself is engineered to move moisture, not just coated with a treatment that washes out after 15 cycles. Nylon spandex blends generally outperform polyester spandex on breathability at the same GSM, and a fabric weight between 170 and 200 GSM in a 4-way stretch construction gives you coverage without the heat trap. The leggings did not know you were going to a spin class at 6 a.m. It only knew its price point, and that price point did not include proper moisture engineering. What comes next makes this look minor, because the next mistake is not just uncomfortable, it undermines everything else you're wearing. Mistake 6. Choosing leggings with a waistband that won't stay up. Specialists in garment construction call it elastic fatigue. You call it spending your entire yoga class pulling your waistband back up. The waistband is the single most structurally complex part of a legging. It has to hold its shape under tension, recover its width after stretching, and maintain that recovery across dozens of wash cycles. Most waistbands that fail do so for one of 3 reasons: low-grade elastic, insufficient bonding between the elastic and the outer fabric, or a fold-over construction that looks good on the hanger but loses structure the moment your body heat softens the adhesive. A waistband built to last uses a knitted elastic with at least 30% recovery capacity, meaning after you stretch it to its limit, it returns to within 30% of its original width within 30 seconds. Below that threshold, you're chasing it up your hips from the first mile. Here's the thing the brand won't tell you. A high-quality waistband elastic costs more to source and more to integrate correctly. That cost adds roughly $4 to $6 to the production cost of a pair of leggings. On a $90 legging with a 6 times markup, that's an easy cut to make without touching the retail price. You'd never know from the outside. You find out at minute 8 of your run. The fix. When you're shopping, fold the waistband in half and pull it firmly, then release. It should snap back immediately and completely. No slow creep back, no waviness. If it takes more than 2 seconds to recover, keep walking. Also look for leggings with a wide waistband at least 3 inches that sits flat against the fabric below it with no visible gap or roll. Rolled waistbands are a construction warning, not a style choice. SIS, your workout clothes should work as hard as you do. And the mistake after this one is even more personal, because it's the one that's sending the wrong signal every single time you walk into the gym. Mistake 5. Wearing a sports bra that doesn't match your body or your activity. There are two completely different engineering approaches to sports bra construction: compression and encapsulation. Most women over 45 are wearing the wrong one for their body, and sometimes both at once. Compression bras work by pressing breast tissue flat against the chest. They are built for low-impact activity and smaller cup sizes. They are the dominant construction in the $25 to $45 price bracket because they are the cheapest to produce: one piece of stretch fabric, minimal structure, low labor cost. Encapsulation bras give each cup its own independent structure, the same way an underwire bra does, but engineered for movement. They are built for medium to high-impact activity and perform significantly better across a wider range of cup sizes. Here's the data that should be on the label and isn't. In assessments by specialists in breast biomechanics, breast displacement during high-impact activity in a compression-only bra averages 4 times higher than in a properly fitted encapsulation bra for women above a C cup. 4 times. That's not a comfort difference. That's a structural failure. The pain and discomfort you feel after a 45-minute workout, that tightness across your upper back, that pressure across your shoulders, is often not the activity. It's the bra redistributing load to the wrong parts of your body because the cup construction can't manage the movement. The fix is to match bra type to both your cup size and your activity level. For a D cup or above doing anything above a brisk walk, encapsulation construction is not a luxury. It's the minimum. Look for bras with individual molded or structured cups, adjustable straps, and a band that sits parallel to the floor at the back, not riding up. If the back band rides up during wear, the band is too loose and the straps are carrying load they were never meant to carry. The bra doesn't know what size you are. It just knows what the manufacturer decided to spend on its construction. If this is landing for you, hit subscribe. Help us grow as we break down what's actually inside your activewear, and the fixes are always specific. Now, this next mistake is the one nobody talks about, but everyone notices. Mistake 4. Ignoring sheerness, underwear lines, and fit transparency. This mistake has a number attached to it: 200 grams per square meter. That is the fabric density threshold below which most stretch fabrics become see-through under tension. Not in the store, not on the hanger. Under the tension of movement when you bend, squat, or stretch. Most leggings in the $30 to $65 price range sit between 180 and 210 grams per square meter. That 10 to 30 grams per square meter difference is not visible to the naked eye. You cannot feel it between your fingers with any reliability, but a specialist in fabric specification can measure it in seconds, and it determines whether you feel confident in a lunge or whether you spend your whole workout angled away from the mirror. Fabric transparency under stretch is a design and sourcing decision. It costs more to source a fabric with opacity engineered into the construction rather than added as a coating. A woven opacity treatment washes out. A structural opacity built into the fiber ratio and the knit construction itself does not. Brands that source the structural option spend more per yard. Brands that source the coating option save approximately $1.50 to $2.50 per yard. On a production run of 10,000 units, that's a meaningful saving. For you, it's a meaningful problem at the worst possible moment. Camel toe and visible underwear lines are part of the same problem. They are fit and construction failures, not body failures. A properly constructed gusset, the panel at the seat and inner leg, distributes tension evenly across the fabric. A poorly constructed one pulls and distorts the fabric at its center point. That distortion is what creates the line. The fix is to look for leggings with a flat lock seam gusset and a fabric weight at or above 200 grams per square meter. And when you're in the dressing room, bend forward, squat, and stretch. If anything shifts, pulls, or shows, the garment is not built to your standard. Put it back. The fabric doesn't know you're in a room full of people. The next mistake is one the industry counts on you not noticing until it's too late to return. Mistake 3. Buying activewear with no pockets or useless ones. A functional phone pocket in a pair of leggings adds between $2 and $4 to the unit production cost. That's it. On an $80 legging, that's a rounding error on the markup. And yet, the majority of women's activewear, particularly in the sub-$70 bracket, ships without a single pocket, capable of holding a phone without bouncing, slipping, or stretching the garment out of shape. Here's how it works. A phone pocket requires a secondary fabric panel, reinforced seaming, and in most cases a zipper or silicone grip strip to prevent bounce. Each of those elements is a line item in the production cost. Each of those elements is also a decision point where a cost-conscious manufacturer can cut without the customer knowing until the first run. The pockets that look functional but aren't the shallow hip pockets that deposit your phone onto the gym floor, the waistband pockets that bulge and drag, the side pockets with no reinforcement that stretch permanently after 3 uses are not design experiments. They're cost decisions dressed as design features. Women over 45 are the most pragmatic activewear buyers in the market. Specialists in consumer behavior research have noted that practical storage consistently ranks in the top 3 purchase priorities for women in this demographic. The industry knows this. It has known it for years. It continues to ship leggings with decorative pockets. The fix: before you buy, test the pocket. Put your actual phone in it. Walk around. If the garment shifts, drags, or the pocket mouth gapes, that's a structural failure, not a fit issue. Look specifically for deep side pockets with a silicone grip interior or a zippered back waistband pocket with a flat profile. These exist at every price point. You just have to know to look. A pocket that can't hold your phone is a decoration. And the next mistake costs you more than a dropped phone. Mistake 2. Choosing shoes that are bulky, unsupportive, or built for a different body. The shoe is the foundation of every movement you make, and most women, if we're being honest, are wearing the wrong one for their activity, their foot, or both. Here's what specialists in podiatric biomechanics will tell you clearly. The foot changes after 40. The plantar fascia loses some of its elasticity. The fat pad on the heel thins. The arch may drop slightly. These are not pathologies. They are normal structural changes that affect how your foot needs to be supported during movement. A shoe that was right for you at 35 may not be the right shoe at 48. Not because your taste has changed, because your foot has changed. The 3 most common shoe mistakes in this demographic are these. First, choosing a shoe with a narrow toe box because it looks sleeker. A toe box that compresses your forefoot during weight-bearing activity restricts circulation and accelerates fatigue. The last, the foot-shaped mold the shoe is built on, should match the natural width of your foot at its widest point. Most athletic shoes in the fashion-forward bracket are built on a narrow last to look better on a shelf. Your foot does not care how the shoe looks on a shelf. Second, choosing a shoe by cushioning alone without considering stability. Maximum cushioning in a soft midsole compound sounds ideal, and for some activities and foot types, it is. But a very soft midsole in a shoe without a stability structure can increase ankle roll risk in women who already have reduced proprioception from reduced physical activity or hormonal changes. More cushion is not automatically better. The right cushion for your gait pattern is better. Third, keeping shoes 2 to 3 years beyond their functional life because they still look fine. The midsole of a performance athletic shoe has a compression lifespan of approximately 300 to 500 miles of use, or 12 to 18 months of regular training, whichever comes first. After that, the cushioning compound is compressed beyond recovery. The shoe looks the same. It is not the same. You are running on a structurally compromised platform and calling it support. The fix: get your foot measured every 2 years width as well as length. Buy shoes with a toe box that gives your forefoot a ½ inch of space at the tip. Replace training shoes on a mileage or time schedule, not a visual one. The shoe has no memory of how many miles you've run in it. What comes last on this list is the mistake that makes all the others worse, because this one starts before you even get dressed. Mistake 1. Buying compression activewear that punishes instead of supports. The word compression on an activewear label has been stretched so far from its clinical meaning that it now covers everything from medically graded graduated compression to a tight waistband on a fashion legging. Those two things are not the same, and the gap between them is where a lot of women over 45 are spending real money on something that's making them feel worse, not better. Clinical compression is measured in millimeters of mercury. Graduated compression, the kind used in medical-grade garments, applies the highest pressure at the ankle and decreases progressively up the leg. It actively assists venous return the process by which blood moves back toward the heart. For women who experience leg fatigue, swelling, or heaviness during and after exercise, graduated compression in the 15 to 20 millimeters of mercury range is a meaningful support tool. Fashion compression is a uniform squeeze. Same pressure throughout. No graduation, no circulatory assistance. What it does instead is hold everything in place visually, which is a real and legitimate thing, but it does this through constriction, not engineering. And at high compression levels, constriction can restrict lymphatic flow, increase core temperature, and create abdominal pressure that is actively uncomfortable for women managing digestive sensitivity or postmenopausal bloating. Here is what the label does not tell you. Most activewear marketed as compression does not specify its millimeters of mercury rating. That omission is intentional. A garment with a verified millimeters of mercury rating has been tested and certified that costs money. A garment labeled compression with no millimeters of mercury specification has been given a marketing word and nothing else. The cost difference between a legging with a verified graduated compression structure and one with a fashion-tight waistband is significant at the production level. Specialists in performance textile manufacturing estimate 3 to 5 times the material and construction cost for true graduated compression garments. The retail prices are often within $20 of each other. You're paying for a certified result in one case, and a feeling in the other. The fix is direct. If a garment claims compression benefits improved circulation, reduced muscle fatigue, faster recovery, it should carry an millimeters of mercury rating. If it doesn't, it's making a claim it hasn't measured. For everyday activewear, where you want smoothing and light support without clinical compression, look for garments that describe their hold as supportive or structured, rather than compression. That's the honest language for what the product actually does. Reserve true graduated compression garments for recovery wear, long travel days, or high-impact training where the evidence supports their use. SIS, the leggings that make you look incredible and feel like you can't breathe, is not a performance garment. It is a very expensive discomfort, and your body deserves better than that. If you've been tolerating any of these, the heat, the sliding, the squeeze, drop a comment below and tell me which one. And if you want to know which activewear brands are actually engineered for women over 45 and which ones are just marketing at you, that video is coming. Subscribe so you don't miss it.